We're on the air, and we are resuming now our Star Wars Age of Rebellion campaign. The heroes have gone through a series of hyperspace mishaps. And full transparency, as the game master, I've suffered some learning curve when it comes to what is going on with the astrogation skill. And at some point, I'll probably have to, journal some of that experience. But we are moving ahead with what is going on next, which is that the Garoba's recumbents, which has now been renamed, I believe, the Far Horizon. Is that correct?
That sounds cool. That's the best name I could come up with.
That's the best name. That's the best name. What was, I forgot what the other name was. I hated that other. Far Horizon. That's good.
So it's been rechristened as the Far Horizon, and after dropping out of hyperspace above Galbaron, one of the last battlefields of the Clone Wars, a planet now interdicted by the Empire, the Far Horizon was scrambling to make new hyperspace calculations to try and get to the secret rendezvous point with the Rebel Alliance. When it was hailed by a nearby Arquitens class Imperial cruiser, which is of the normal hulking wedge-shaped type. And I think that we should probably resume around there. Aboard the bridge of the Far Horizon, there is Davian Sur, 1v4N, and Maxville. And it might be a good time to reintroduce some of the characters physically, because it's been a long time since we've heard how they are, how they look, and how they conduct themselves. And then also with them is V3-5T, a young and naive astromech droid who's just made the companionship of everyone in the group. Without further ado, there's a communications operator, which is trying to raise the Far Horizon, and this is amidst the space lane for this interdicted planet. There are buoys marking that it's an interdicted world, and so there's these little buoys that kind of denote landing lights to the high port, and so there's kind of a very specific corridor that ships should approach and depart upon. Just outside of that perimeter is a hulking moon, which has a wispy atmosphere above it. Hulking, it's icy moon above the world, which looks kind of veiled in dozens of hurricanes. It's a very swampy planet below. And so you in the deep distance, you can make out that there are perhaps 2 or 3 more of these interdicting cruisers. But this one, after the automated buoys directed you to say, like, all ships must check in at the high port before descending to the planet's surface. If you're passing through, then you need to jump immediately. This is an interdicted planet by order of the Moff, and so on. So there was that automated message, and then the Far Horizon was raised over the communicator. And it's
just to be clear, we're here by accident, so we don't want to be here. We want to go. We were looking for the I forgot the name of the rebel ship that the commander was in with the droids, the Coral Sea. We were looking for the Coral Sea, right? So we had an idea of several places that they could be, because V3-5T had some coordinates in the system, and he had a rendezvous near Nexus Ortai, a rendezvous near Hoth, and I can't remember if he had any others. I think we were going for the one at Nexus Ortai. Is that correct? I didn't listen to the last episode, so I forgot exactly where we were going. But I know it wasn't here. It wasn't here.
Yeah, no, I think we're still. I felt like we were still one hop away.
Anybody could have made that kind of mistake. I was under a lot of pressure. V3, you give me the wrong coordinates. Whacking him like, I'm
So yeah, these coordinates near Nexus Ortai have been especially difficult to program over the past several attempts because there's no mass shadow to precipitate the ship out of hyperspace, and so the two previous calculations have amounted to naught, and that's how you ended up shunted out of hyperspace here, is to try and kind of make another go at it. 1v4N, you do believe that you've gotten the hang of making these calculations and taking greater care, and so you think it will be easier than it has been on your previous attempts, which is a nod towards me as the game master figuring out astrogation.
That's okay. Now, we just made crap up last time. But yes, 1v4N, it's segueing right into this. He's a very humanoid-looking droid. Not exactly a pretty face or anything like that. Wasn't made to look awesome. And he's very good at piloting. He's very snarky. He's kind of a jerk, but he's also kind of a wimp. gets a little freaked out at times like now, which I think we should stall or leave. And are we gonna have to roll Destiny here and fill ourselves up with points?
We gotta populate the Destiny pool. Yes.
So yeah, this is a good opportunity to do some game side things.
Well, there you go. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Right, wonderful. Good job.
Starting us off right with a black Destiny point. Oh, there we go.
Hooray! 2 whites. Yay!
That's good.
Come on there, Jim.
And
there you go.
We have brought balance to the force. Excellent.
Dark side 2 lights. Oh, it's okay. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah. But yeah, so this exact moment, 1v4 is obviously he's freaking out, not really liking what's going on here, and blaming the poor little droid, poor V35T, and the pressure Jay is putting on.
Yeah. What?
And Maxwell probably fixed the ship wrong.
What did I do? I'm sorry. I don't know math as good as I thought I did. I will need to run a reconciliation with my factory programs. I'm sorry.
No, not now. We just need to get out of here.
Yeah. So Davian is standing like on the console next to the the LiDAR detector or whatever it is that they use to. This is not good. There's many of these cruisers here. Is that buoy saying we can jump out? I think we should jump out.
Unidentified vessel, HWK class. Please state your purpose. Your transponder appears to be malfunctioning. Please state your purpose.
Malfunction? I thought you said you fixed it. I thought you said you made it. Didn't you? So? I thought you said it wasn't going to make any noise. Thing.
Keep quiet. So I key the communicator, and we seem to be having some problem with the transponder. Must have gotten knocked out and entry back from hyperspace. We are at the wrong coordinates. Repeat, we are at the wrong coordinates. We are recalculating to resume our route. Please stand by.
That's very good, but currently your registry is not transmitting, and you're going to need to register this violation at the Bureau of Ships office. Please proceed to the high port where you can pay your fine and be on your way. We'll of course need to be doing a full inspection. Over.
You making up problems to the comm system. I cut it off. Let's get us out of here. Get us out of here. I'll go warm up the turrets, and I go back to the gunnery seats.
So with that, the cruiser is at long range, along with a flight of 4 TIE LN starfighters, which are hauling towards you. There is the hulking mass of a gigantic bulk carrier, which is coming in from the jump point towards the high port, which is kind of you are coming at it perpendicular, like right now you're at medium range to this kind of very hulking, like kilometers long bulk carrier, which is bound for Galberon, and then there's the buoys, which are there's 1, 2, 3, 4 lines of buoys, and then a circular perimeter, and then at extreme range is the icy moon, to give you a picture of sort of some of the lay of the land. There's maybe 2 or 3 ships of your own scale coming and going in both directions at long range, respectively.
And the bulk carrier that's not like an imperial vessel, is it, or is it?
It does not appear to be in Imperial service. No. Interestingly, it you recognize it as as a familiar class of vessel to the one that you saw above Gorham. It's Clone Wars vintage transport.
But it is a cargo vessel, so it's like a big. At least it seems to be.
I mean, it certainly seems to be in service in that respect, because its prow has been retrofitted to carry lots of bulk containers, but it is originally an acclimator class troop transport of the Clone Wars vintage. So yeah, with
it's kilometers long. Kilometers long, huh?
Maxwell.
Medium range?
Yes.
It is at medium range to you right now, yeah.
I'm going to fly right towards it.
Okay.
We're going to hug this thing. It's kilometers long.
Hide it. Yeah, hide it. Yeah.
V3, do some astrogation. I'm just going to fly right towards this thing.
Can you get the transponder fixed now? Or is it going to take much longer?
It's we needed to dock. Like it's a project. Yeah. I gave us a Band-Aid.
Okay.
I thought 1V said he could fly. I gave him a working ship. Here we are.
Would you like me to dock now? There's a big ship. We can dock with that.
So with that in mind,
damn well near did.
Amidst this bickering, it seems fitting that it is in fact the cool of these characters that is being tested.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I'm really gonna have to up that.
Remember to reset so you get rid of the force die, because that always trips me up.
Oh, did we roll our duty while I was?
We did not.
We did not. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll get this. Go ahead. First.
You should roll duty, so you can consider the smart guy that reminded us of that.
I feel like that's good.
It is indeed pretty good for your initiative roll.
Okay.
So somebody throw a D100 into their initiative roll. Okay, 12.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
That is a duty trigger for 1V4N, who has a duty of sabotage.
Wow, look at that. I got 2 successes. That's unreal.
Oh,
amazing.
Nice.
Wow. Good thing I upgraded that die. Yeah, spent my XP well.
Okay, let's give you some observations about some things. Okay, so first of all, I believe that the double advantage on a cool roll at the outset of combat. Let me describe. You should describe some things about the scene. You should add some details to the scene, guys.
Okay.
You did not.
So,
It's now a Star Trek song. I want to be clear.
Well,
it's now a Star Trek song.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
so I would think Davian is directing people right to raise the shields and a good idea. 1V, get us behind that ship. We'll distract them at least. I'll go warm up the turret. So he's giving like instruction, right, to get us everybody organized. So
So as you kind of are pointing out of the canopy of the cockpit canopy, you you're also kind of your index finger traces a line across the vintage land speeder, which is strapped into the bow bulkhead of the far horizon. Yeah, and you just notice that it's strapped in with just some like nylon web straps, four of them. Just a note for future reference.
Well, just in case you want to surf, on all, if the ship blows up. Yeah, and I'm just punching it right up towards the ship, as to try to like hug the length of the ship and get it between us and the Imperial vessel or vessels.
All right, so I believe that I need to roll some of these things. So I'm gonna get in here and do that. So to begin with, here. We have the captain of the cruiser, who's bearing down here and directing his crew. We have the gunnery chief of the cruiser, who's going to be the second action on the cruiser. And we have the minion group of 3 TIE fighters. And finally, we have one ambitious young pilot who is an aspiring TIE ace, but is not so much an ace. Okay, so with that in mind, I believe that it's. I think you guys are gonna go first. Basically,
Yeah, we go first because of my role.
Yep.
And then, how did one break ties in initiative? I forget.
It's advantages. That's what's normally supposed to be advantage.
But there's exactly the same, though. There's a couple of roles that are exactly the same.
Yep.
So I think Max Bill's role and the first Imperial are exactly tied, and the Ace is tied with Ivan's role.
Let me look at the.
It's probably heroes, but we'll have to check it.
Well, I was going to say which side is the destiny pool favoring right now, which is also tied.
Yep.
Yay, balance. Guys, we won. The force is balanced. We won. It's over.
Is this the one that you say will bring balance to the force? Okay, so we have 4 Imperial slots, and we have 3 good guy slots. I'm very curious to see. Okay, that looks like that is proceeding with the initiative counter. All right. Well, I believe that. Did I hear that 1v4N is kind of flying the ship in to kind of get close to that? Get close to the cruiser. All right.
You did.
So with one maneuver, at your current speed, which I'm gonna say that it's almost certain that that you're. I mean, it's likely that you're already at 4, given the situation with the kind of the jump calculations being difficult and wanting to get anywhere in a hurry. I believe that means that you are able to get up next to this thing in a single maneuver.
Good.
What else would you like to undertake, or how would you like to use this terrain now that you've gotten yourself onto it?
Oh man, I'm looking for anything that even becomes close to.
What is there any way? Are you asking 1v or are you asking?
Well, 1V's got some more of his turn left.
Okay.
But
yeah, no, I'm just trying to figure out. Because my intent really is to hide on this thing and eventually get us to the point where we can jump the heck out of here.
Right.
So, really, I'm just once I get there, I don't know if there's an action that really is a standard action. Hug the big giant ship.
I was
fly along the surface of it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to kind of get really close and do like a like kind of get locked onto it.
Yeah, that's it. I'm doing
all right.
Yeah, I was gonna say
then
1v. If
go ahead and
get close enough, we might be able to.
So how fast is our ship going?
It is 4. It is 4. Yeah, why don't you make a hazard roll?
Okay, cool.
And you know that will of course allow the ship's maneuverability dice, and you can generate some good stuff possibly, but also some possibly bad stuff. I believe that the hazard pool will end up being 2 challenge dice and 2 difficulty dice.
If 4? Okay, great.
Yeah, because it's
4 silhouettes, so that goes to 2.
Yep.
It's half of that. Plus our speed is 4, so 2 and 4 is 2 yellows, 2 greens.
Or well, 2 red, 2 purple.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
Right. Okay. So I'm doing my space pilot.
What I was thinking.
Incorrect. It is a space piloting thing. The handling of the far horizon will
help you.
Will help
to
you.
Boost die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. That's what I thought. And it's amazing. I'm flying a ship that actually handles one, as opposed to that awful ship that I was had to.
Watch your mouth.
Listen. Okay, man. I knew I should have upgraded my space piloting, but it's very expensive. Okay, cool. Yeah, what could go wrong? So yeah, two yellows, 1 green, and a blue. Yeah, this is fine.
Okay.
Against two purple and 2 red. I'm gonna roll that dice. Yeah, there you go. Oh dear.
All right.
It's a failure, a despair,
that's a roll.
All right. Woo!
All right. So, you do not achieve any cover. Kind of strafing along. Well, that's the failure, and the reason is because you have to pull up at the last moment. And there's an unexpected shipping container that's strapped onto the hull haphazardly. And as you do so, and wrench the stick upward, the classic land speeder, which is kind of is always kind of just below your eye level. You know, here's the cockpit canopy. It breaks loose and smashes about on the inside of the cargo bay, and in a thunderous crash. One of the straps first comes off the wall, and then the rest of them also loose their bolts. So let's roll a minor collision as the land speeder tumbles about inside of the cargo bay.
Excellent. Who would like to do that? What are we calling a minor collision here?
So minor collision is just a percentile roll.
It is. Yep.
Critical hit table.
Oh, okay, sure.
Normally the shields come into effect, but this is inside the ship.
63.
So.
All right. Does it hit Maxville?
Oh no! It knocks the shields. It knocks the shields out. Oh jeez.
That's awesome.
Okay, so
all of them.
It reduces the defense zones for all of the so the land speeder scrapes against a conduit, a power linkage conduit in the front. There's a shower of sparks, some of which land about you on the bridge. There are 3 advantages to talk about, however.
There are,
if I may. Jesus Christ, 1V, can you fly a damn plane?
We're hit. We're hit.
They're shooting at us. They're shooting at us.
We're hit. Oh, this is how I'm going to die. But the 3 advantages. All right, guys, help me out here. What am I going to use these 3 advantages for? This fantastic piloting roll here.
Well, I will.
We can say, despite all of this, we actually do manage to do what we're trying to do.
No, we don't. We don't succeed. No, we don't succeed.
No, we don't succeed.
No,
but maybe we're like now spinning crazily, so it's harder for them to hit us next round.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be.
Yeah, I want to give them
something.
I want to give them a black die. Anybody trying to target us right now because it's just so ridiculous looking.
And there's a remaining advantage, and I will just say that that it turns out that now that the land speeder has fallen away, what was behind it is now visible,
revealed.
Yes.
This is good because I had no idea there was something behind the land speeder.
Yay!
Yeah.
Now is not the time to look at that, Maxwell. Now
No.
Okay.
But what is
my
it?
turn's over. My work here is done. My turn's over.
Well, I mean, I will just say that the third hard point, the last hard point in the ship was smuggling compartments. I will say that.
Nice.
But it is your advantage to say if there is something in the smuggling compartment.
I don't think we have time to look for
Okay,
that.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No.
the following initiative slot.
Max build, get those shields up.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try and repair shields.
Return fire! Return fire!
I'm on it. So it's a damage control action that you have to do, right?
Yeah.
It is.
Sorry. Yeah, because we're in combat, aren't we?
Yes.
It is. Yep.
Yeah, they're shooting at us.
Yeah. All right. Sorry.
Damage control. System strain. Okay, to repair a critical hit,
So
you have to.
it's a difficulty is 3 in this case for the shields down.
It's 2 because it's shields failing because of a critical hit.
Oh,
It's a 63 on the table.
Pardon me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. What? Oh yeah. Okay, I'm reading the
It's
wrong.
not shields down. It's shields failing. It's just
Yes.
we only have 1 shield. So if it goes down by 1, it's basically knocked our shields out.
Fair.
Right?
Fair.
Oh, gee. Okay, so this is not. Is this emergency repair, as opposed
It's
to
an
damage
emergency.
control?
It's the damage control action.
Yeah, I think it's just damage control.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do.
It's 2 purple
Okay.
difficulty.
It's 2. Okay, so that's what I was gonna. Is the system threshold there? Okay, so 2 purple difficulty, and I am rolling against my mechanics, right?
I believe that is correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay. And I'm sure. Do we have any setback dice
No.
going into this?
No.
No. Okay.
No, you've
cool.
got. I mean, you've gotten the lay of the land with this vessel.
All right.
The spinning of the ship probably isn't going to affect you at all.
Because I'm gonna say this is a little on the serious side when we're talking about shields.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and use 1
Okay.
and bump that to 2 yellow or 2 proficiency die. And
Yeah, very cool.
once again, Maxwell's
Working
playing
on it.
around, playing with wires. He has it set up where he's got it almost rigged. Zapped himself while he was doing it, but it set him up. He learned what not to do for next time, and I'll give myself a boost die for the next attempt to repair this.
Okay.
I'm so glad I had used that point.
Slot number 3.
Yeah. V3, get those lightspeed calculations ready. I'll go warm up the guns, and I run to the back of the cabin and into one of the side turrets
Yeah.
and start powering up the weapons.
And it does, yeah. The shift from that destiny die, if we want to take that second yellow die, the intuition, the hand of the force is guiding his way. So yeah, sorry. So you step into the turret.
Yeah, but I'm supposed to have some maneuver, right? So I want to, talk the troops through this. Okay, everybody keep calm and focus. Each one has one task. We'll get this done. And so to try and inspire them with some leadership.
Fair. Begin.
See if I can give them some.
Your ship's got some good guns.
Geez, what's the word I'm looking for? Boost die for the next
Yeah.
action is what I'm trying to do. So,
So you're going to one of these side gun turrets? Is that what you're doing?
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
right now. Cool.
All right, so let me check the leadership again. So the difficulty is what?
I'm going to call it average at the moment.
Okay. So let's reset this here. So average difficulty is 2 purples, and I have a leadership score of 2 yellows and 1 green.
So I'm going to say that V35T is a bit of a wild card, and might be too good of a listener as a recently kind of factory wiped droid, and so I'm gonna throw an upgrade onto the difficulty.
Okay.
To reflect that wild card effect.
Okay. So yeah. So that's it. I'm just gonna roll like that.
Cool.
Oops. Here we go. Oh Jesus. But I do succeed.
Oh, he's a really
Yeah.
good listener. I wonder what you inspired that little bastard to do.
Okay. So the ship jolts up to speed 5.
Yeah.
As V35T, it jolts beyond its normal parameters, and is going much faster than it should. He's like, I'm making the ship more efficient. This is good. I am listening to directions, and as it does so, the land speeder jostles around and Max Bill is very nearly crushed by it as he's working the conduits, and so I'm going to throw I'm going to throw
Jesus.
We're gonna get
Christ.
killed. We're all gonna get killed.
I'm gonna slam 3 strain and a setback die onto Max Bill as he tumbles out of the way.
We're gonna get killed way before the TIE fighters get here, man.
No joke.
The good news is that you're going faster. So I need to flip that. There we go. Okay, so with that,
The
the
ship can't take much more, Captain.
So the young and ambitious pilot screams into action and tries to engage. So he takes a double move to get to close range, but then he also has he's going to have to make a hazard roll because you're right up against this thing. And it is, I believe it's going to be pretty freaking hard because he's screaming at speed 5 to do it. Oh wait, he has to accelerate. Hold on, wait, hold on. Let me think about this. No, he's already at full speed because we started the scenario with you kind of in the BSing mode. And they're already vigilant too for people trying to smuggle into this planet.
So if he double moves, does he have any actions to take
He's taking the strain. This is the young and ambitious Thai ace.
Okay.
And he's got piloting 2 and agility 4. So he's got. So let's set up the pool. There are 3 handling dice, and there are 2 ability dice and 2 the other good side dice, whatever they're called, and and then 2 and 2 on the other side. All right.
So is he gaining the advantage? Is what he's doing?
No, this is just a hazard roll as he gets up into range, and he's strafing along. He's maybe going to shoot you, but first he's got to get there. So this is just in the middle of his turn.
Gotcha.
Okay. So he's going to suffer a minor collision, as that is a failure, but it's because he's cutting so many corners to try and line up a good shot, and so I'm gonna grab all of those advantages, and there's a target lock alarm which is ringing in 1v4N's ear, and as it turns out, V35T is like, I thought I was trying to make it go faster. Are we gonna die? Beep boop beep boop 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 beep boop boop beep boop.
Probably.
There are mixed tastes about whether you're supposed to make beep sounds or. The jury is apparently out on that.
Yeah.
Woo. So with that in mind, I need to roll another one of these collision D100s, and reset the pool, and it's a 36.
Knocked off course.
Knocked off course.
Yeah.
Wait. Go on. What does that do? Because that's narratively completely antithetical to what I was just narrating the advantages as. Combat. I'm gonna just buy a GM screen. I think I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I hate spending money on games. I don't have any.
They actually like, but does that mean if he suffered a minor collision? I mean, he actually hit like part of this big ship and just like.
Yeah, he grazes. He grazes a part of the bulk carrier's hull, and
of course.
Yeah, he's knocked off course. Particularly strong blaster or impact sends the ship's careening off in a new direction. On his next turn, the pilot cannot execute any maneuvers and must make a piloting check to regain control. The difficulty of the check depends on his current speed. Good luck.
He's going to have to make another hazard roll. Very cool. So he fires off a wild squeeze of the trigger, just as he ends up he's trying to line up this attack on you, and he's just literally going to crash straight into the hull of this vessel. Because he's kind of coming down on a strafing run like that. So let's go ahead and do the gunnery roll. Which the difficulty of which is the speed difference is 1. So that means that the difficulty is like
Is he shooting?
He's gonna. Yeah, we're gonna shoot.
We're gonna shoot. So the difficulty is always average, because the difference in silhouettes is not significant, and only silhouettes matter.
Okay, all right. So this is nigh on a kamikaze run, as all 4 of these advantages are applied into the shot, and so they have, and the green turbo laser, or well, not turbo laser, but the green laser bolts are rain into the side of the. Oh, and I need to. Do you guys have shields right now, or no? Or do you have no shields?
No. Well, we got minimal shields, don't we?
Sorry.
I thought we had at least one hit.
No, the shields got knocked out.
Okay.
because
And there's
of
only
the,
one die of shields, yeah.
Yeah.
Because somebody can't fly. Nope. Yep.
Ooh. Okay, so this is a cheap throwaway TIE starfighter. The Empire makes them by the millions, but they are armed and dangerous, and it hits home for 10 damage.
Oh,
Ouch!
Hooray.
You guys have some armor, of course.
That's true. Oh, so it's 10 total?
It's it's 10 total, and then
So 10 minus 3 is 7, so we're down to 14 hull trauma.
yeah.
Yep.
You're keeping that track of our hull trauma? That's nice.
Yeah.
I see it.
Pew, pew,
Okay.
pew, 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 pew.
Oh, boy. That's the third time we've been shot.
The remaining minion group of 3 TIE starfighters moves and then moves again, trading their action, and so is not able to fire. And
if only there were a common denominator.
Well, crap.
the cruiser works to coordinate actions of the responding fighters, and also tries to hail the freighter and get its guns into action, as this is a criminal. This is an unresponsive vessel, and so I'm going to make the primary task of the cruiser. Try and wake up, whoever's on the bridge of that thing. You need to get your guns into action. This is a dangerous vessel who's not responding to hails. Wait, my pool is all kerfuffled. That's not the that's not the pool. Let's just chuck that. Okay, so it's just going to be an average roll to try and hail the cruiser, and I'm going to give that a difficulty die because some of those laser bolts from the TIE fighter are impacting on the freighter right now as it's strafing in. So
There you go.
So, somewhere on one of the electronic warfare consoles, you notice that the aboard the Far Horizon that there is some conversation occurring between the two vessels. So that brings us back around to the top of the initiative order.
Well.
So let's try some piloting first, and then I can shoot, and then Maxwell can repair.
Yes, let's try some
Now,
piloting.
did our ace buy it?
We will find out on his turn.
Okay.
But we got the ace and the minion pack of
Right.
TIE fighters. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what I really want to do is just gain the advantage.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think of who I really want to gain the advantage on. But it's really on him or on the minion group. Can you gain the advantage on an entire minion?
You can.
Is that kosher?
It is.
Okay.
It's it's like Russian tanks on the Eastern Front. They don't have radios.
Right. Well, here's the weird question that I got though,
Mm-hmm.
because that's an action, but evasive maneuvers is a maneuver. So can you do both?
Correct.
at the same
You
time?
can
Yes.
do both.
And that's the main use. You do the maneuvers first, and that will give me a penalty to shoot as well as to them. But then you gain the advantage, and you cancel the
That's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
the penalty. Yeah.
That's the yeah. So I mean, now that we're already wildly spinning, take advantage of that and really just hammer it. And that little droid, that plucky little droid, is giving us a nice little burst of speed. So I'm just gonna
and gain the advantage. It's gonna be pretty. The difficulty is going to be okay because of that boost of speed.
Okay, there you go. So, what is my difficulty going to be? So I'm using this cheat sheet here, which doesn't give you every.
Are you doing gain the advantage?
Yeah, doing gain the advantage.
Okay, so for gain the advantage,
Because all my cheat sheets tell me is add or remove difficulty die for each pointer speed lower or higher than target.
Exactly. That's about it. But I think procedurally you have to do the evasive maneuvers first. I think.
Okay.
No, you can take your
It
maneuver.
doesn't really say. It doesn't really
Yeah.
say. Okay, let's try that.
It's a maneuver. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. Let's start with gain the advantage then. So it's it depends on their speed. You're doing it against the ace pilot.
I think he's doing it against a minion group, which is
He's doing it
also
against a minion group.
it's at 5. Yeah.
Okay, so it's the same speed. So if it's the same speed, it's just average.
That's just too difficult.
Yeah.
Any other thing I should know about?
Say again.
Yeah. Anything else you should know about any particular? I'm gonna spend a.
I'm gonna give you a boost die because V35T is trying to help you,
Oh, great!
Oh, that's nice.
and then I'm gonna give you a setback die because V35T is trying to help you.
Does my skill jockey? Does that help me? Does that?
Yeah, it absolutely negates the distracting young.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
Thank goodness.
Any mechanic check I remove I'm supposed to remove a die.
Setback.
Yep,
Yep.
that'll work for you. As you're
Okay, well then,
working from behind that wrecked speeder.
Yeah.
I'm gonna upgrade or boost my my roll here. Upgrade one of my dice here because I really, really, really want to gain the advantage, and I really, really, really want to roll a triumph. I give myself as much chance as possible.
Yeah,
All
go
right.
for it.
Yeah.
Goodness. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Triumph. Nice.
Hang on, let me refresh. This is anticlimactic. I need to refresh mine.
It's good.
Oh yes, yes. Fantastic.
Thank goodness.
So what triumphant thing?
So what did we use that triumph for? So we do have the advantage on the minion group. Maybe maybe just use that to boost the firing. To give me boost dice to the gunnery checks.
Yeah, put him in position. Put you in position.
Yeah, it seems a little bit anticlimactic, but
It doesn't seem like a good enough thing for a triumph.
yeah. You're doing such good maneuvering that maybe we've interposed the bulk container between us and the ace fighter. So he can't, he doesn't have a bead on us right now. He can't even shoot. So he's still trying to circle around, but now it's going to be even harder for him. That good?
I
like it.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what? I'm gonna suggest that in your maneuvering, if you want to affect the ace fighter, you can upgrade the difficulty of his pull up, because you see a shipping container that you can just kind of glance and set careening off of the freighter.
That's
and
awesome.
set it
That's
flying
good.
in front. Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I was toying around with the idea of having the damn land speeder fly out one of our hatches and smash into him. But
Cargo hatch.
and I think this works because the only way 1B gives us actually hit something else is by wrecking.
It's in character. It's in character.
Yeah,
Is what you're
it
saying.
totally
Yeah.
tracks.
yeah.
It's melee piloting.
Listen. When I wrote sabotage, I didn't mean crap. Anyhow, but
Yeah,
okay, we'll call that.
he better get some duty points out of this,
Mm-hmm.
unintentional or not.
All right.
All right, so go for that evasive maneuvers, man.
Okay, so I think that rounds out that. I think that was the top of the round, if I'm correct.
No, wait. He has to roll the evasive action maneuver.
Oh,
Right.
you know what? I think it's getting really anticlimactic to wait until the pilot's turn. So let's just go ahead and do it. And also, we're getting a lot of modifiers to what
Yeah,
the
well,
roll is.
you roll, yeah, you roll evasive maneuvers on your turn, right? And it functions until the pilot moves again, right? So
Oh, it does.
until
Okay.
yeah, so in the next we go back to the top of the round, we're better off if 1V goes on the third turn, so that would give us Max, Bill, and I another chance to shoot, right?
Okay.
That's how that's how you play with the initiative.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So how do I roll that? Because once again, I'm a stupid sheet, which just says
Okay, so evasive action is you upgrade the difficulty of the
Yeah, it doesn't.
other ships.
text.
It doesn't necessarily require a roll.
Oh,
So
you
it's not a
declare
roll.
it. That's right.
Um,
You declare
Yeah,
it.
Now, if you want to do it, if you want to continue to do it by kind of running along the length of this bulk carrier, you can. In which case, you can roll. You can roll as a hazard roll.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
I'll,
I didn't think so.
I'm just doing some really crackerjack and right.
Okay,
And we're gonna call that like kind of.
so let's so we're gonna do the hazard roll for this for
But
this.
is it whose turn is it?
I'm just right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Go for it,
rolling.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll the ace pilot's forlorn situation.
Sure.
This is quite the pool. Woohoo! Oh,
Refresh.
the force is with him.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
The force is with him.
That's right.
Wow.
You made it by one, though. So
Wow. All right. All right. So he locks in right there, recovers all the strain on his vessel, just reshunts all the he just flips all the switches to get the ship back in order, and then he's all lined up to try and fire once more upon the far horizon. So that consumes his action for the turn, however.
yeah, but that's what I'm
Thank
saying.
you,
Is okay. So when his turn comes, he's not acting, right?
No,
'Cause he
no,
already acted?
I just wanted to get that out of the way because we were affecting it so much that it just narratively.
It was, I was starting to get confused.
Okay, it's easier to track. Okay, so I've warmed up the cannons by now, and I'm
Yep.
lining up the shot, and I'm waiting to get a good shot out of this. So I am aiming for one action,
Mhm.
and
One maneuver.
yeah, for one maneuver. Sorry, and let's see, my gunnery skill is at 1 yellow, 2 green. So I am shooting at the what's their face? At the minion group is what I'm shooting at. So yeah, I think that's it. The difficulty is 2.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. All right, so I hit one of them for a total of
Oh, man. Somebody can do something.
damage is 5 plus 1 is 6.
I will space you.
6 hull trauma, and that's it. I can't activate anything else. I
Okay.
do have 2 threat on that, so you tell me what that means.
Let's call it system strain as the power conduits, as the shield. The ship is really kind of doing a lot of things at the same time right now, and with that. There's a lot of red lights going off, and Max Bill is on his back, having just thrown himself out of the way of this land speeder in the cargo bay.
Every other word is curse, and then every other word from that is 1V.
Amazingly, his stutter is gone. It's just stupid droid.
Yeah. So yeah, let's. Okay, so I've got 3 strain, I'm at 10 or 8 or 9 strain. Do I get? And you say I threw myself on my back. Is it going to take a maneuver to stand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to add more strain to actually do something.
If you want to take 2 maneuvers, yes. But you can stand up and walk over to where you were working. Like the.
And that's one maneuver.
Yeah, that as one maneuver. Yeah.
Okay. Then I will do that, and I will try and once again repair our ship, repair our shields, and at 3 different. No, the average, right?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, and I am gonna upgrade it because of the situation with this accursed bike and the continued wild maneuvering, and also that the Force seems to be smiling on that pilot who's managing to stay alive.
Of course. Okay, so what does that add to my? What are you upgrading there?
It changes one of the purples into a red.
Okay, I will use back to change a green into a yellow. And with one of my advantages, I give myself a boost die, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Then I ignore red.
You ignore a setback die, which is I would say that working around the land speeder, it would be an issue, but it's cool.
Okay. Okay, so here we go. Let us fix some shields, please. Huzzah!
Yes.
All right.
Okay. I am going to, so for my advantage, that glitch that Davian was having, you said the power strain. I'm going to, while I'm in there fixing the shields, I'm going to see that and reroute around it so that it reduces that strain on the ship.
Yeah, you can just cure that system strain. I think that's within bounds.
Cool. All right. Yay, shields back.
All right.
I'll shout through the ship. 1V, I fixed it again. Think you can fly now?
This. Reminiscing on actual Star Wars moments will occur, but for now, it's time to narrate some of the bad guy turns. So the first of those turns is the Force is with him as he just dodges around the shipping container that 1V4N has dislodged, and so that ends up being his action, is regaining control as he picks up, and then as a maneuver, he's going to he's going to get low against the hull of the bulk carrier, and he's going to take a hazard roll to get low here, and so. The pool at the moment is 2 green, 2 yellow, 3 blue, 2 purple, and 3 red. As he's weaving along the hull of the bulk carrier, giving chase to the far horizon. And I'm going to give that a roll. And
Jesus Christ!
oh,
Come on.
oh, I'm gonna need to look at the tool. He's an ace. He's an ace, guys. I'm gonna have to look at the table. He's an ace. This is too
Jeez.
good.
I hate this man.
God, yeah, droids. Good.
You think you can fly this thing?
Okay. I'm gonna give.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give him another free pilot only maneuver, which is to gain the no, I can't gain the advantage. I did evasive maneuvers.
I guess it's two, man. I guess 2 triumphs. I guess you could declare. He gets the thing.
Oh well, and
2 triumph is pretty big. It's
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
yeah, I'm just gonna give him the advantage over the far horizon, and that'll spend both triumphs.
all right.
He's just that good. All right. So the minion group is the next one, which is
So if they're attacking, they upgrade one of their difficulty dice. So it's going to be 1 red and 1 purple to hit us,
yeah, and that's what they're just gonna attack.
and they add a black die for our shields.
They do. So they have an upgrade on their difficulty dice, and I believe that looks right. Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
And they hit us.
They hit you for
Another 7 points, right?
just 6, I believe. Yeah, 6 only. But
6? No, 6 total.
it's what? Yeah, because it's the base damage is 5.
Okay.
And-
So 6
yep.
total minus 3 armor
Yep.
is 3 to us.
Yep.
Excellent.
Pew,
Excellent.
pew, pew. So most of the blaster bolts fall haphazardly across the most of the blaster bolts fall haphazardly across the hull of the bulk carrier. With their maneuver, they herd the far horizon into into the crosshairs of the ace pilot, who is rallying them, and so they're just going to throw a boost die. They're going to do an assist for the ace pilot with their maneuver.
Yeah, but they got a threat, so they're interfering in the flight pattern of the ace. So we'll give him a black die for his.
Yeah.
for his-
A black die and a blue die.
Oh no! Wait! You can't. It's too little.
What? No, that's fine. Let's just do it.
Okay.
That's fine because I mean, like, the immediate narrative, like, aftermath, it's fine. I think it's good. Well,
Cool.
This would be a good time for me to shout back to Maxwell. We wouldn't be in this trouble if you had gotten the transponder right. Look at Jeff's face. That's great. Just trading back and forth.
all right. So, the cruiser is the cruiser is now hauled its way ponderously into medium range, and is going to just try and do trying to coordinate the command and control of the ties, and things are a bit chaotic, and I'm going to give them a setback die. Oh,
Jesus! Look at that. He keeps rolling triumphs.
wow.
Are we kidding me?
Come on,
They tried.
man.
All right.
Just put the
All right.
miracles on.
All right. All right.
So the
All
prison
right.
break.
So what I'm going to do is the cruiser transmits precise schematics, like it does it. They have done a detailed scan of the bulk carrier, and they're going to downgrade all the hazard rolls for the ties for the remainder of the encounter.
Okay.
Yeah.
But with those 2 to spare, the pilots are busy looking at that display and are going to grant me a boost die for my next action.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, I'm having fun, by the way. This is officially some pretty dense storytelling. I have to do my customary trip to the
Yeah.
fresher.
Go for it.
Yeah, we're screwed.
We are so screwed.
Oh,
I'm gonna try and kill those fighters
dice are
right now.
so
Yeah.
bad tonight.
I got so excited. Boy, I rolled triumph and Sonny's rolled.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
It
no
is
triumph
ridiculous.
today.
He's rolled like a triumph, like in every single.
Yeah.
It was just this thing. I tell you, man, that I have this picture of this land speeder, like this small car, automobile, rolling around inside like
I'm just picturing
Oh,
Luke's automobile, Luke's land speeder just banging against
yeah.
the whole boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah, it's like being in a ferry, like
And I'm jumping around.
with a loose car.
Maxville's jumping around trying to dodge it.
Yeah, that's a pretty intense movie scene for Star Wars, right? The thing just bumping against the bulkhead, and Maxwell trying to move from one side of the thing to the other. Yeah.
In the meantime, 1V up in front. They're shooting us. I never even saw the bolt.
Yeah. The part that's worrying me, it's that nobody's actually doing the astrogation roll. That's what the part that's bothering me.
I know.
So we need to lock the TIE fighters down and then do that astrogation or something. So, because this is bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Do we have the ability to punch it out of here? Because we've got our shields back and everything works.
All we need is the astrogation roll. So that's the only. So maybe Maxville. So maybe Maxwell can go on an astrogate.
Yeah, I can. I'm gonna have to use some force points.
Okay, so I'll save a force point for you then.
I'm rocking 3.
Okay.
I'm actually pretty good at astrogation too, so it's kind of like somebody needs to fly a ship or astrogate.
Well, that's the other thing too is you made that comment. Maxwell can easily pop up because my piloting's not bad.
Well, there you go.
So I could pop up and, hey, let me show you, kick you off to the co-pilot side, and
you plot the course. Yeah.
Yeah.
That works for me.
Okay.
All right, cool.
All right. So, so I'm taking aim again, and I'm shifting and targeting the TIE fighter minion group. So, are you upgrading my difficulty by any chance?
Let me look at the pool, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Things are going so well for them. The Imperial, the Tarkin Doctrine, the command and control, the regularization of training, the don't ask shoot first, don't ask questions doctrine.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take advantage of one of those dice and flip it right back to you and make sure I kill me some TIE fighters. Let's see if this works, because I don't know if it's gonna work. So here we go. Oh Jesus! Look at that. Will you look at that? Okay, so I start firing. I'm
Is
thinking,
there dice jail for digital dice?
Okay, so I'm gonna give them.
Oh wait, I have 3 advantage, so I can do something with that. So I'm gonna give them.
Ooh, could you shoot us shoot off warning shots that move them into a position that gives us something out?
I can't hit them because they're weaving and moving, but I'm opening up the fire, so it's making it difficult for them to fire on us. So I'll give them a single setback die to whoever fires next, and with that I'm buying some time, right? And with that time, I'm gonna give a boost die to whoever acts next for us.
Okay,
right?
So
I'm keeping them at bay. Yeah.
The fire control system it just suffers a sudden crash, like the software just switches off suddenly, and
Damn huts with their cheap ship components.
Oh my god.
and with that the initiative slot that you're on drops to the end.
Oh, not cool.
Yeah. So
That's not too bad, though. That's not too bad.
No,
we can work with
We
that.
should be all right.
We can work with that. It's not too bad.
I know. I believe that it's already been taken. You know, like it's already occurred. Like the one that you were at. So it's not like we're gonna hit number 7 and you'll get to go again.
Oh, okay.
Right, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, it's
Gotcha.
not.
But there are 2 more actions for the crew of the Far Horizon.
Okay, so in response to 1B from earlier, yes, move over to astrogation and I'll fly us out of here. So, yeah, because you've got to astrogate before I can punch it out, right? Or does that happen in reverse order?
Just fly the ship.
Yeah. Once somebody makes a successful astrogation roll, the lines go.
Oh, okay.
Just fly the
Wait.
ship. Fly the ship. They're trying to kill us. Fly the ship.
Now, the
Fly
level
ship.
of distracted driving that someone's doing while they're trying to punch the navigate that they're trying to type in an address into the navigation on their dashboard affects that. It affects the difficulty of that somewhat, of course.
Yeah, I'll let him. Yeah. Just fly the ship. I'll do this. Yeah.
So it takes you a maneuver to get there. So what are you going to do for your pilot action? You're going to try again, gain the advantage, or you should do evasive action. You should spend some. Well, I'm not going to tell you what.
No, yeah, like I'm up for it because this is where I'm going to be at a blank. So do some evasive.
You should do the same thing that he did before. You need to spend 2 strain to buy yourself a second maneuver, right? Because you took a maneuver getting to the cockpit.
Yep.
Unless you want to trade your action, yeah.
And then you take a maneuver you take 2 strain for an extra maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go evasive action, and then you try to gain the advantage. Now you could try to gain the advantage on the ace, which is harder, or you could get to the advantage on the ties, which is easier.
Which is closer?
Well, or
are they all together?
They're all together. I mean, I will tell you that the ace is gonna fight. Like everything is leading up to this shot. Like they've teed it up for him. He's on a break.
Then I'm gonna try and work the advantage, even though it's more difficult.
Against him?
We'll work it against him, yeah. We'll work on trying to evade him. So what? All right, so
Okay, so we're same speed. We're same speed, so base difficulty is 2.
Okay.
But
ooh, and I get a boost action.
each new check with a previous success from the opponent adds 1 difficulty. So it's now at 3 because we gained it on him. He took it back from us, and now you're going to take it from him again. So every time your opponent gets the advantage of you, it adds 1 difficulty to your check. So at some point, it's impossible to, somebody keeps it.
Okay.
So so y'all had the advantage on the minions, I thought, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but he still got the advantage on us, so it's 1. It still adds 1 difficulty.
Yeah, he has the advantage on y'all. Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's 3 difficulty instead of 2. Yeah.
I think I figured out what I need to add to the HUD.
Okay.
Yeah, this is something we figured out with the combat test we did the other day. We need. I took out the physical dice to mark I got the boost and he's got a penalty and
Yeah, it's tough to keep track of this guy.
Very tough. Yeah.
So you're rolling against 3 purple. That was your rolling
3
against?
purple.
3
I'm
purples.
rolling 2 green, 1 yellow, 1 blue against 3 purple.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And I'm going to use that advantage. Do we have any strain on the ship still?
No, you cannot use advantage to heal ship
Oh.
strain. You can heal your own strain because you've taken like 4 strain
I've
or
taken
something like
5.
that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to heal some of my own strain. Is it 1 for 1?
It is.
Yes.
Yeah. 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 It was in the midst of a damage control check that the other advantages were negotiated into system strain, which was matched. Okay, so that is the so there's one more PC initiative slot here.
Astrogation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Astrogation.
I'm gonna try to chart a course out of here. The hell out of here.
Okay. Yeah, I think just difficulty 2. You've gotten the hang of it, but there is this big old gigantic bulk cruiser, bulk freighter, which you gotta figure out a way to point towards your destination, but not through a big old spaceship. And V35T is helping in an annoying way.
So what color dye is that?
Yeah, exactly. So is that blue or black?
It's both. It's both, but you're a skilled jockey.
Okay, well it's both, but I do have Galaxy Mapper, so black dye from the ship itself. I can get rid of that one.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna keep some from my skill in 1 green and 2 yellows because I did beef up my astrogation. I've got the boost die and the setback die from the annoying droid.
Yeah, you want to take that last force point to stack
let's
our
do that.
odds.
Yeah. So
Let's make sure we GTFO.
I think roll 3 yellows.
And I'm gonna flip back on you because this is
of course you are.
because this pilot he's got the shot of the century lined up on you right now.
Okay.
All right, so what am I? So am I doing a one red? Is that
It's just it's one red only.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought it was a purple. I thought it was supposed to be 2 purples.
Oh yeah, it's red purple. Yeah.
Purple. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Astrogate away. I'm trying to get to our original.
Yes!
Oh my God!
Finally, Jesus, something went our way. That is awesome.
All right.
Oh, he's so disappointed that he's not getting this shot.
I think it's awesome because it's just like all the triumphs teeing. It's very Star Wars. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I just picture this guy with his targeting computer and.
And then that's just for this.
Okay. All right. So notes for in jump.
We made it, but you know what the exciting thing is, Maxwell? I'm looking at Max.
I have to have a wrench on me, and I threw it one day.
Yeah, you know what the exciting thing is, Maxwell?
You weren't piloting?
No, this vehicle has a land speeder. I'm an excellent land speeder pilot. Have you seen it? It's in the back.
I'm gonna throw my whole tool belt.
Because one of me is completely oblivious to the fact that's
what almost killed him? Yeah.
Yeah. I love pilot speeders. I used to pilot them on time.
I tell you what, we don't even have to wait to land.
Yeah.
You go ahead and show me your skills right now. Let's go ahead and take her out first.
And content to let Maxwell man the controls of the ship in space and walk back, and then you just hear the shouts of dismay. What have you done to the speeder? It's dented. It's dented. You can fix this, can't you?
I'm gonna dent you.
Put it on the list of things to fix, says Davian as he walks in, wiping his hands.
It was a vintage speeder. What did you do to it?
Yeah, damn hot. Looks like a good ship, but he must have some cheap components on that turret. Think it may have gotten fried. You might want to take a look at those circuits on the fire control.
That's an awful funny way of saying your thank you.
Yeah, well, great job. I think everybody did a great job. We're out of there. This is great. Speaking of which, does anybody know anything about this? Where's my clip? Nexus or Ball, was it? Nexus or Tie.
Mhm.
What do we know about this Nexus or Tie destination? I forgot if we did a check on it.
A
Well,
little bit from
Yeah,
V3's
I can't recall
databanks.
if
It
it
wasn't too
Yeah.
much. It's one of the nodes, I think, that this thing was.
yeah, this is. I mean, so the jump point is actually kind of out in the Oort class. I mean, like you're jumping to kind of the location of some anonymous comet far away from Nexus or Tai proper.
Yeah, okay.
But look at any local hyperspace map, and it is absolutely a crossroads. It's the intersection of if there's the Gamor run, which goes from the Corellian run kind of up to Kashyyyk, and that region through Delang. There's a route which comes down from the Gamma run, which goes this way. And so then that fork. Okay, so then you have the main fork which goes towards Bothan space through Nexus or Tai. So like. Anyway, the point is that it's the crossroads between like the way that you go to the Bothan space, the way that you go to Hut space, the way that you go to get to the middle of the galaxy, the way that you go to get to the Rust Belt, and the way that you go to get to the Tatooine area. So, to summarize it, it's kind of the crossroads of the mid rim. Of this part of the mid rim.
Okay. So, so this is a good spot. The ship is taking some damage. So I'm thinking we're going to need someplace to settle down and go for repairs. This Nexus or TIE, it's controlled by Imperials. This is within the Empire.
It is, but because of the amount of, I mean, a character who is more knowledgeable about trade could tell you more.
So I turn to 1V. Yeah, 1V from your smuggling days. Is there any port near this sector of the galaxy where we might do some, shall we say, covert repairs on the ship and no questions asked?
Some questions asked, maybe. Not a lot.
Well, we can make do with that.
They might not be nice questions, but they won't be Imperial questions.
Yeah.
I think that's the goal.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I would suggest that this is probably like just asking for like looking for a shadow port nearby is probably just average difficulty on like knowledge outer rim. Like, where's a shadow port close by? That seems like average knowledge outer rim.
Yeah. Do you have any points on that?
I do not. Is it intellect?
It is.
Yeah, it's all
it is.
int based.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And but I will give you a boost die for your background. I think that it's fitting that you probably do know something.
Okay, but it is standard intellect, right? Is that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what is our 2 difficulty?
Yeah.
So that's what it was.
Yeah.
It's average, you said? Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's see.
This will be the first time we're trying to narrate. All right.
Oh
We're trying to
my
narrate a
God.
knowledge roll.
He really knows.
Okay, so Silver Station is just on the threshold of a large nebula. You're getting really close to Druckenwell, which is the industrial hub of this area, and is kind of the economic kind of lodestar for the entire region. And Silver Station is the shadow port around which this whole region kind of quivers.
We can go to Silver Station. You'll just have to act tough, like you own the place. Maxwell, you'll have to be tough. David will do fine. Just try to look dangerous.
Maxwell just looks deadpan at him and wipes like some blood off his lip.
But
Okay. Look angry too.
So the jump clock for coming out of hyperspace at the Nexus Ortai rendezvous is fairly short. It's only 2.5 hours.
Okay.
You can continue on to Silver Station without dropping out of hyperspace if you wish, because there's no mass shadow on the Nava computer. So like you could just not disengage the hyperdrive and keep going.
That's something good.
I'm going to take those 2 hours to inspect the cargo space and see if there are any valuable items in there, because we have no money.
Well, that's interesting that you mentioned that.
Pairs tend to be expensive.
So, there happens to be, the very densely packed rack of B1 battle droids, and there's 20 of it's a 20 rack of them. How many of them are functional or have been switched on in decades is another question. But there's a rack of 20 B1 battle droids, which were hiding back there in their normal fetal position.
Roger. Yeah. So, Maxwell, take a look at this. How illegal are these droids? Like, extremely, I'm betting.
Very, very.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
I would say extremely.
Because allegedly they should have all shut down and self-destructed. I mean, and so these ones were, during their time with the Separatist Alliance, must have been changed hands into a criminal element before the shutdown code was issued. So somebody already sold them to a Hutt during the Clone Wars.
Interesting. The crate of rifles, what's his face kept, right, on the other ship. So we don't have the rifles anymore.
It's my understanding that.
Or do we have the rifles?
It's my understanding that I believe that you were going to deliver those to the rendezvous. You're going to try and get them to the Coral Sea. Yeah.
Right. And you said there's. Sorry for asking again.
Yeah, that's okay.
15,000 things are running through my brain. How many droids was it again? A rack of 20?
20.
20 droids, and we have rifles. This is interesting.
They pack it
We have a
in.
land speeder. They have a land speeder too.
We have a land speeder, yes.
Vintage.
Because I'm thinking if we can habilitate a couple of these droids, I can use them as minion groups, right? With the squadron rules, I could lead them into battle. So if we get into combat, we could keep like 4 of these or something, and maybe sell the rest.
I'm for selling as many as we can, as long as we don't power these things on, and that destruct activates.
It's okay, V3. They
how they
don't
were
work.
programmed. If they were just shut down before that program, that command was issued.
No, because that's a valid question, because suffusing all of the normal RF spectrum, like all throughout the entire galaxy, is the shutdown code for the droid armies. So radio blasts from Earth are reaching Alpha Centauri. So like for basically functionally eternity, you never know when you switch on a battle droid. Yeah. Now they should just switch off. They should just suffer a
They
rapid.
don't explode. They just
They
switch
don't
off,
explode.
right?
Their arms fall off. Their heads fall off. Their legs fall
Okay,
off.
but,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
they don't go
blow up.
boom
Yeah.
and break the ship. Is our
Yeah.
concern. Well, we could have maybe you could have a look at them and see how functional they are. We could keep a couple that might come in handy as guards with a couple of those blaster rifles, and we have ourselves a little surprise army. We could keep them hidden here in the smuggling compartment until we need them. They are droids after all. But I don't know. You're the expert in mechanical things, so I'm just thinking out loud.
Don't worry, V3. I'm sure he didn't mean it. Your head won't fall.
Random wrench whizzes by 1V.
So I'm thinking we could trade a couple of these droids for repair costs.
Oh, starting with 1B.
No, he flies a ship, man. I know you fly too, but it's a lot of things to do, man. You repair the ship, you keep it going.
Fly is very loosely used there, but yes, okay. I'm picking up what you put down.
No, I'm not sure, V3. I'm not sure if this is the button that ejects the atmosphere. I don't know. It's only a last resort.
But
I'm not familiar with this type of vessel. It is not programmed into my databanks. It's unfamiliar to me. Will you teach me how to operate this vessel?
Oh, of course, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm with you. We need. I think we can pull in some hefty coin for these, and we only need one to work to sell off the rest.
Yeah, and we should keep the land speeder if at all possible, if it's workable. It doesn't have an engine, but again, maybe we sell. Say we keep 4 of the battle droids and we sell 16. Maybe we can cover costs for ship repairs. Maybe buy an engine for that land speeder. I don't know. It might come in handy. Hopefully both. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And we might have some left.
Yeah, I have no idea how much these go for. So,
and we might be able to those less than reputable repair stations might be able to hook us up with a transponder that
exactly. So
from somebody that knows how to fix them and make them work.
1V.
You need to fix that droid before I do.
Yeah, do you have any contacts in this in the station? Somebody might go to for this.
Oh, I wonder. Do I? How long has it been? What kind of role would that be?
You could flip that last destiny point and say that you know somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
So is knowledge underworld? Is that a skill or is that just?
That is a thing. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
It's another intelligence thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll throw. I would throw a boost die onto that because because you already are aware of this particular port.
All right. Then I'm gonna So that's the 2 difficulty again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna like flip a point here. I'm gonna flip our last point because
Okay.
why do we don't need any points.
So,
roll yellow.
can we flip it and declare it that he knows somebody specifically? You need to approve that, right?
Let's roll to find out who the guy is, and let's let the knowledge roll tell us about who this.
Illuminate the situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he remembers.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure that he's forgotten about that. Yeah, he does. He likes you too.
Okay. Okay.
Antoine, you need to stop the session or something and
No.
maybe pick up next time. That's cool too. It's
What?
it's done. For,
No.
whatever.
I mean, Cleo Park is it is
Oh.
a reputable electronics dealer, very reputable. See, now the thing about Druckenwell is that it was one of the primary droid foundries, and unfortunately, the Empire nationalized the droid foundries on Druckenwell. They tried for a few years to kind of do a half and half deal where the corporate industry, but it turns out that an honest businessman really has had to go into the shadows because the Empire has just seized ownership of all the droid foundries on Druckenwell. So, I mean, Cleo Park is your person if you're. I mean, there's not much way around it. I mean, I remember 1v4N. Anyway,
What race is Cleo?
Race?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Oh.
What species is this guy?
He is a Celestin. He's the fellow, one of those guys.
What?
You guys remember Return of the Jedi? Lando's co-pilot on the Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
It's that guy
Oh, okay.
with the big
Yep.
black and mouse
Uh-huh.
ears and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yep.
And the
Gotcha.
face. Yeah.
Yeah, he talks kind of like Max. He's a good guy. Yeah, you two will get along fine. He sounds awesome. He's almost exactly the same.
Don't get it.
I think that's a good place to get it.
So the fun thing that's on my mind is that it is that I think I have a way to do Star Wars subtitles. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to. I'll have to figure out how to get them on stream, but I'd like to get them into my camera feed, so that I will be making sounds and y'all will see subtitles. But
There you go. Yeah.
so the jump.
Oh, nice.
The jump clock is running over for the rendezvous point with the rebellion above Nexus Ortai, and so somebody needs to just like there's an alarm. It's 5 minutes to go. Somebody needs to sit there and precisely pull that lever if you want to go there.
Oh yeah. Of course.
So are we going to the Shadowport or to the Nexus first?
Yeah.
Oh no, the Shadowport station. See Cleo.
Get your transporter squared away. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Plus, I think maybe I'm thinking Max Bill might want to get some scum and villainy on.
Action going on. Yeah.
So, right, exactly, perfectly. For V3, that's not very nice.
Star Wars soundboard is your friend. On the phone.
I'll work on that. So space combat. It seems like the learning curve on that one got crested, and that was fun. I mean,
Yeah, especially when the game master rolls a triumph roll.
Yeah. Hey,
And we roll
man.
nothing but despairs. That's nice. Yeah, it's great. It's great fun.
My one note,
Mhm.
observation. I think we improved a lot in our space combat. My only note is we need to keep the initiative order because that throws us off, right?
Right.
And Antoine skipped for the ace pilot recovering the roll, and I understand it's the penalties, so I understand that, but at least we
fine.
did it right because we did skip the action.
Mhm.
So it was fine, but sometimes it throws us off. I think it worked real well though. That's the only note, and if that's the only note, I count this as a success,
Yeah.
right? It was great.
Yeah, I was scared the whole
Great.
time.
Yeah.
It's a, yeah, and that's it. The interesting thing is the command and control for the capital ship. Like I knew it was going to be too far away. Like it was too many rounds for it to ever really, unless y'all rolled enough, like threat for free maneuver for it to haul in that way. Like I knew it was never gonna, but it still got to do something. I enjoyed that.
But it
And
was
yeah,
well handled. I appreciate the lot of terrain, which was very interesting. I was imagining the buoys, like the way buoys and the way we had the freighter, we had other ships, and then we had the Imperial. So it was a very and the moon. So that was a good job on the setting description because space can be boring if it's empty, and you handle that really well.
I
That was a good choice.
had a while to think about it. I'm not going to take too much credit.
Yeah.
Um,
And that,
Still.
that was really good. So I think we did really well on the whole space combat.
So anyway,
I
that was a lot of fun. And I think I'm gonna go to bed. Interesting thing is, I think it's maybe time to invite Dell to play with us at this point. I mean, you guys are coming to coming to a new planet.
Sure.
Yeah. Do you want?
Sure thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of up to him whether he wants to show up with the rebellion when you go to the rebellion spot,
Oh,
or
sure.
if he wants to come in at the Hive of Scum and Villainy. It depends on the character in large part. Uh, and of course, then Discord will look like hot garbage with 5 people. But
Oh yeah.
This isn't scum. This isn't scum and villainy. No, this is my people.
no, Cleo Park is no. You're right. It's very reputable. Very reputable.
Oh yeah.
He's everybody Maxwell hopes he could be.
Okay, so I think that in this situation, we should do some duty fulfillment. I think that 1v4N probably
Sabotage the out of us. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
so basically I so let's just go 3 on 1v4N, and then let's go 2 for Davian for contemplating using these droids as minions, and 2 for Max Bill for contemplating not and selling them.
Oh, he's procurement of gear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think that in this case, the wheels spinning throughout the session was something that I needed to get my brain on.
I mean, we're still our regular XP. We're still doing 10 points an hour.
That's
Yes,
fine.
yes,
5 an hour?
yeah, and then I okay. So let me
Viper.
yeah, and let everybody's one word. What's your motivation, so that I can give you the 5 XP for motivation when that happens. Let me pin you down right now. You don't have to look in the book for what it is. Just give me one word for what your motivation is, so that then when that triggers, I can throw you it.
Where did it go? Connection to no one.
That's connection. It seems like money. Money is on the list of motivations. And my impression of Max Bill from what I've been listening to lately sounds like that, but I don't know.
I can't remember what I wrote down. I could summarize what my motivation is
Yeah,
right
motivation.
now.
Yeah.
I want to get the ship in order and us in order and us back with the rebellion so we can keep fighting the Empire. So that's my motivation right now.
That sounds like it's kind of still
Yeah.
personnel. Like I wonder what's the name of a quest.
Yeah, that was
It's a quest though. It's a quest. Okay. Yeah, I mean there's the groups and one of them is quests, and then for 1v4N I'd heard that it was heroism, and I think maybe 1v4N in fact flew the ship pretty heroically. I don't know.
Yes, he did.
Do you guys think that 1v4N is a hero?
Okay. Jim Cushman? Yeah, sure. Maxwell?
Not really.
No,
Well, he got us out of there with a very heroic astrogation roll in the nick of time before the Imperial Ace shot us.
I will.
So.
I'll concede that.
Yeah, it's glory. Yeah, glory.
Yeah.
Glory and heroism. Yeah, I knew it was.
Nice. So
Yeah,
motivation is an extra 5 XP?
It
Is that
is.
what we're saying?
It is. And then once in a blue moon, it's supposed to be 10
Nice.
for a character. Like there's a one time once in a lifetime it can be 10. But yeah, I mean that's there. We haven't touched it. So I wanna check in with you guys before I.
Oh damn! Because I would have. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. That's the thing, and we didn't I know I was after you to kind of pick something.
Mm-hmm.
And had you thought about it in terms of potential XP opportunities, it may have been more motivating. So maybe.
We're good where we're at.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's not fun to go for me. Like it's not fun to go and try and justify old stuff. Like
Oh
we
no.
found it. I would say we.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. All right. So with that in mind, I now it falls. The task falls to everybody to tell Dell what the heck's going on in our game.
I think it's a great point because, after our whole initial thing, we are right now without a specific mission, and we are doing our own thing in the sense that we're just trying to get back to the rebellion, right? So we could easily summarize the thing as ship is in need of repairs. We want to repair the ship and get back to the rebellion. That's it. It's a great point to come into a campaign because there's not a huge plot,
Right.
that we have to recount. At this particular time, we're sort of in between detail. If next session we wind up getting a mission to go to a specific place to find somebody or something, that's harder to explain.
So, I mean, from my perspective, like in the writer's room or whatever the heck it's called, but I find I'm role playing the Empire mostly, but but just like it feels a lot like when they meet Leia on the Death Star. It feels like kind of one of those segue points in the story where they meet Leia, or when we meet Lando at Cloud City. It's one of those turning points. It's like, oh, and here's this other character, or where we meet, I guess, Wicket in Jedi. Like here's this other character.
Dell's not gonna play an Ewok, is he?
Yeah, if he plays an Ewok, he's out of the game. No Gungans, no Ewoks. That's
I've made a huge mistake.
It's the rule.
Oh,
Dell, if you're watching, forgive me. I'm sorry.
No, it's I'm okay with a Wookiee.
Wookiee's fine, but no Ewoks, or we'll space him. And if it's a Gungan, they goes out the airlock too.
Airlock.
Yeah, please inspect the airlock. Hang on one second.
It malfunctioned.
It is max build. Didn't you fix the airlock?
So what's everybody's satisfaction level with the dice roller right now? Just checking in. It works?
Yeah.
It works.
Okay, because there's there's other options. There's other ways of doing it.
I like it. I just would like to roll better. And for you to roll
yeah, exactly. I'd love it if you'd program it so it wasn't so weighted.
I don't.
Against us.
No, I like it just fine. It's great, but you just kind of kicked our ass tonight. Is what happened.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
You had some nice rolls.
I just had.
I've got no reason to think that that's any
budget.
Yeah.
This pilot may be upgraded to a Nemesis. Let's just that's pretty good. It may occur.
It'd be great. It'd be great. Yeah, if he shows up again.
So you guys are keeping me from obsessively playing Magic cards all night. So I mean, that's why I continue to talk right now.
Excellent. Yeah. So I would like to ask something if you guys do reflection videos tomorrow, which I will be doing, but if you guys do so, I would like to know how you feel about the whole narration thing versus immersion. Because we've that's a big thing that we keep internally talking about, like,
Yeah, it's
we
tense.
prefer.
And like the knowledge roll, like I was like, I think this is what the knowledge skill is for, but we're gonna subjective reality into being Cleo Park. That
I'm perfectly fine with that because you're controlling it.
Right.
So
Okay.
we narrated a guy in, but you put the guy in, right?
and then the advantage would be like that he owes you a favor, or that we parted on good terms, or that you have blackmail on him, like something that's peculiar to you, like that you control within your sphere as 1v4n.
And so, but the other side of that is also, we usually talk about preferences, as in I like to play my character and play as the character, right? In like behind, seeing the world through their eyes. And then this game juxtaposes the whole narration thing where you sort of edit reality as we go. And I think we did it during the combat like a lot. Like, I do this and then this happens, but that threat means this. And I would like to see how you guys feel about that, because to me it's flowing so well that it doesn't really bother me.
It does feel like it's like, oh, we rolled a triumph or despair. Oh, it's time to make stuff up that's like outside of any particular will. But then, so I think that's sort of the code switching moment in my mind. It's like somebody's trying to do something versus like some stuff happens.
Yeah, triumph and despair. I mean, those are extreme examples too, because those are like the big deals. I still haven't completely internalized it, so there's that moment just a little to say, I wonder what this buys. Like, I mean, if I was playing, I won't say a different game, but if I was playing a different game, and let's just say that like in say Lamentations of the Martian Princess, I said, okay, we'll roll something, but just I say like a game like that, and somebody rolls something where they roll really, really well on something, or I said, roll this other die to see like how well you succeed or fail. I'm very, very, very comfortable just making crap up on because it's not codified. And here I still have that moment like, gosh, wait a minute, what are two threat, what are two threat mean? And so that's that moment of like, I'm just about there where because I feel like if it was a little bit more internalized, I could do it without even like blinking, because there were all kinds of things I was thinking about using that triumph for. I was like, I'm not really sure if that's pushing it or, having
describe your killing blow. Yeah, I get you. Yeah,
right, stuff like that, where it's easier. I mean, there were things I was thinking about with the triumph where I could have like messed up the indications between the Star Destroyer, the Imperial vessel, and the thing that I was just wondering but I was like, I'm not really sure if that's.
So a thing to keep in mind that I just realized is that you guys are gonna click up contribution rank the second that Dell shows up.
Okay.
Because you just gained 7 on the chart, which will put you in a 96 out of 100.
Nice.
Nice.
So then it's gonna all click back to 0. I think we should. It seems like it should probably just click back to 0. Maybe and then the rewards incumbent with that.
Sure.
Will be something to contemplate probably at the end of next session. But it's a horizon, which can include. Runeslinger recommends that if you want, when you reset back to your starting duty value, you can sell off part of that the reset into money. If money's all you want, then that's what you'll have.
That works for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we'll just we'll roll with. I'll reset the chart back to starting values for the next session, because that's kind of real close. All right. So have a good night.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Aloy, before you head out,
Yeah.
do you have a form fillable version of the character sheet so I can
Yeah.
make
Um,
edits? Because I'm actually going to try and upgrade my character a little bit.
Boop, boop.
yeah.
I've been stockpiling.
Oh, no,
Okay.
a surprise,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that may be an opportunity. You can take, like different trees if you want, and
Mhm.
tomorrow I will make sure that you have the appropriate splat book for your class.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Yeah,
I
and
would appreciate
Yeah.
that.